Okay, I just had the funniest conversation I have had in my life. So I went down to the front desk because I wanted to find a room with a bathtub, right? I had to have a bathtub, right? Like I'm a fucking totally, jerk American and I need a bathtub. So I'm like, lady, do you have any rooms that, have bathtubs? And she's like, no. And I'm just like, you in this entire hotel with hundreds of rooms, like there's not one bathtub, like there's no jacuzzi tub on a penthouse or something like this, right? She's like, no, there's not. And then I was like, fine. And I was like, this is crazy. Like you have an entire hotel without a single bathtub, right? And then the best part is I wanted to pay for a cake, right? I wanted to get this cake. And I paid for the cake. Guy comes up, right? And he makes me sign this thing. I'm like, cool, thanks, man. How do I give you a tip? There's no fucking line in the document that says tip, right? So I'm like, well, how do I give you a tip? Like, do I just write something on it? Like, what do I do? Do I have to give it to you in cash? Like, I don't get it, right? He didn't understand what I was trying to say. I was like, how do I give you a tip? So anyway, I signed the paper for the cake, right? And then I just like turn around and walk away. And the guy's like, "Whoa, what with the cake?" And the guy's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Like you're stealing the cake." He's like freaking out, right? And I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's charged to my room. It's my fucking cake. I'm gonna go eat my goddamn cake, right?" And so fucking, oh my god. I want to. I'm sorry. It is. I smoked a huge joint like right before I did this, so it was like the funniest thing ever. So then, after I learned that they didn't have any bathrooms, and then that I couldn't tip the guy, I start walking away, and he's like, "You can't charge nothing to your room." Like I was like, you need to pay me in cash for this cake, like right the fuck now. And I was just like, what? I can't charge it to my room? Like you have no bathtubs and anything. And this is by the way, 5-star resort, right? In Vientiane, 5-star hotel, the Landmark Diplomatic, right? It's like supposedly a fancy hotel, right? So fucking I can't even charge my slice of cake. I had to like break out my money. So I'm like, here, I have baht, right? I give the guy baht. I'm like, give me change. I only have 1,500 bahts. Like I need like 100 baht for this fucking cake, right? Like, and I wanted to tip the guy 50 baht and I didn't have any small change. So I give him the money and he's like, okay, yeah, I'll switch it to you. I'll give you smaller denomination. Then he fucking looks at it. He's like, no, not this one. Nah, it has an S on it. This $1,000 baht has an S on it. It's like bad, right? It's bad. I can't accept it. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. Like, why? Like, what's the point? And then so I give him another one, right? Another 1,000 baht bill. And he's just like, no, this is the wrong picture. Like, this is the wrong dude. Like, we don't accept the 1,000 baht notes with this particular dude on it, right? I'm like, or this like watermark. I was like, all right. So I was like, okay, here's a third fucking 1,000 baht bill, and the guy's like, all right, this one's good. And I'm like, what the fuck made that 1,000 baht bill different than the other two? And I was like, what? Like, what was that? So he finally hands me my change. I give him 100 baht for the damn cake. I give him 50 baht tip. I'm like, all right, everybody's happy. You got a cake? He just looked at me. Like I was just insane. Like I was just in the worst American jerk ever, right? It was the funniest thing ever. It was great. So anyway, I didn't get a bathtub. I did get some cake. It was worth it, right? All right. Love you all. Cheers.